There was a time in the mid 1970s. I was a young preteen boy, and I go to the wrestling matches over at Will Rogers every Monday with my stepdad. His name was Charles Farrell, and he was the head mechanic for Yellow Cab Company, Fort Worth, Texas. It was, man, I didn't have too many stepdads that, like to hang out with me too much. They preferred to hang out with my mom for some reason. Crazy guys. They always crazy guys. But he was a fun crazy. And I believe it was 78 when him and my mom split up. But every Monday, we'd get to go watch wrestling. Fritz Von Erich, Red Bastien, Jose Lothario. Top names back then. Alberto Madril, Mad Dog Vachon, Tex McKenzie. Man, there's just so many. There was so many great wrestlers back in that era. And being there every Monday night to see them, you'd get these programs that tell you about the day's events. Man, I collected every program. And once in a while, I'd get wrestlers to sign them right around their picture where they was on there. Being front row with my stepdad, young boy, and all pumped up on the adrenaline. I was a wrestling fanatic. Go figure, right? So, we're there, big event, Will Rogers, and the one of the main matches was Tex McKenzie versus Mad Dog Vachon, a crazy Canadian wrestler, just nut job. And Tex McKenzie, like son of Sam Houston, and that's how he was like built. He was 6'8" something, giant Texan. Yeah. I went to get his autograph. Yeah, no, man, didn't get his autograph. There was so many people, gathered around in his ring corner to get his autograph. So me being a smart-ass little kid, what do I do? I go all the way around the ring, in front of the ring cameras. Walk up to Mad Dog Vachon, hold out my little program, and said, "Sir, would you sign your autograph?" And he looked at me, and he went nuts. It may have been a show, but he was a showman, bro. He said, "I'm gonna eat you up." And he jumped down out of the ring at me. Scared the shit out of me. Well, not really, but it scared me enough to get me to running. So I run up under the portable bleachers. The ones right before the grandstand, whatever, and right outside the ringside. I run up under them mofos. I'm getting away from this crazy guy that's chasing me now. And I run up under the bleachers, and I'm crawling, I'm thinking I'm safe, and I stop and I start trying to breathe again, and he starts coming under the bleachers, chasing me under the bleachers. So I scatter some more. I'm running, crawling, trying to get through to the other side, go get some help, find the police, something. I had to get away from Mad Dog Vachon. Well, as I'm scuffling through there, crawling, somebody had dropped a beer bottle. It broke, and I cut my wrist. I've got a V scar. I have a V scar from hitting that broken beer bottle. Come crawling out the other side, gushing blood. It's just spurting. It's going. And the medics and the other wrestlers and everybody's trying to get to me because it looks like a horror scene, a murder scene. And everybody thought it was. They thought he was trying to chew my hand off under the bleachers. And so now everybody's panicked. I'm not kidding. This was the show. And I was center stage. And it scared me to death. There I was, bleeding to death. I had a lunatic chasing me. And there was this wrestler come out of nowhere like Superman. And he grabbed me up and he takes me and he's running back to the locker room so he could tend to my... They're used to all that stuff back there, you know? And so he's carrying me back to the locker room where the paramedics are. And as Mad Dog Vachon is still chasing me, now he's chasing me and Alberto. Tex McKenzie out of nowhere. Big old, what do you call those? Clothesline. He clotheslined up. He closed. And honest goodness, I think it knocked Mad Dog Vachon out in real life. And so now they got me being rushed off to the locker room. They got medics working on Mad Dog Vachon. And it might have been just for the show. You know, back then we didn't know it was show. Back then. And sometimes I still think it's real life, so don't judge me on that, alright? Sometimes real life happens. And sometimes you're in the middle of it. And you're scared to death. And you don't think there's going to be anybody there for you. And then out of nowhere, a superstar, Alberto Madril from Los Angeles, California, City of Angels, scoops me up, a frightened young boy, and carries me off to the locker room and takes care of my little V scar. It's a V like Vachon. Stuff happens. I didn't willingly accept the mark of the beast. It wasn't my choice. And I really don't look at it that way. That's for dramatic effect, you know, wrestling. Thank you, wrestling. Thank you, Charles Farrell, my stepdad, for being there with me every Monday night at the wrestling matches where I watched all of the magic happen. From Fritz von Erich, when he was still a German, to the Von Erich Freebird feud, lived every Monday. And a lot of times we rode to Dallas to watch them boys. We were part of the group. I hung out with Hillbilly Jim and Cousin Junior, and you know, I've had some of my favorites throughout the years. And I got real stories of the Freebirds, and I've got real stories of the Von Erichs, and some I may never ever get to tell because, well, I said I wouldn't. And I guess I could go and put another little mark in there to go with that V, and it could be a W. You know what I mean? Worth. Love you, Fort Worth. Love you, wrestling. Love you, Yellow Cab Company. Charles Farrell, thank you for being one of the good ones. And that's my Mad Dog Vachon story.